Question for Coach.
Rick, you said after the game that you want your guys to focus on the process and not worry about the outcome. Have they taken that to heart this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done a good job of just continuing to show up, with the focus that we need, to be the defense that we want to be. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to anything but be the unit that we want to be, and to do that, it's about, hey, showing up each and every day in the meeting room, come with energy, come with focus, and they've done that this week, so far, and obviously still have Thursday and Friday left, so we need to continue to bring that focus, and then play a game earlier than we have all season. So they gotta wake up, get their minds right and get ready to play early.
A lot of times you like to teach a film when you see some breakdowns and things that could be teaching moments. Are there likewise from this Georgia game some things you could point to and say, hey, the focus? And
always. Every game's got those. I mean, it doesn't matter how well you think you played. There's always things that from a structural standpoint, from a technique standpoint, that you need to get fixed. And there were still plenty of those in the Georgia game, and situational football, again, teaching moments for guys to understand, hey, what needs to get done in certain moments, and reiterate that, that a lot of times, you hit certain situations and it's just so hard to hit them all the time. Like you try to go through, but you have to keep going over it, and so yeah.
Brad, we know that fumble recoveries are kind of a fluke. There's a lot of randomness to that, but as you've reviewed those balls on the ground, is there anything technically you want your guys to do differently on any of those plays the last few weeks?
Not really. Honestly, the one, from a technical standpoint that you could say we could have potentially done better, may have been the one in South Carolina, on Zion's, but a lot of them just have sort of bounced, in different directions. Not so much that we've fumbled them back away, or sometimes guys are trying to scoop and score and they kick the ball, and then we haven't really had those. We just haven't had any of those easy bounces, or those bounces that sort of bounce right to you.
Brad, coming into the season, Dion had to know he was going to get a lot of attention from the other team, but to see how much he's been double, triple teamed this year, how do you see him managing that? Does he get frustrated at all?
No, I think he's been great, and again, like he has been influencing each and every game that we play. I don't know, what the outside world is perceiving his season as, but I know inside our building, I think he's playing at a really high level, and he's affecting quarterbacks, he's affecting the run game, he's making a ton of plays inside. He's able to play anywhere, from the 0 all the way out to a 5, and so his versatility, his ability to play on third down and nickel, and he makes two, knocks down the first third down, tips the ball, and then he was coming around that forced a bad ball in the third down in the red zone, that they weren't able to hit the check down. And so, no, I think all the defensive front right now, they're playing good football. I think we're affecting the QB, when it's time to get after the quarterback, and so we need to continue to keep that up.
Brad Stevens, some of those pass rushing situations, what do you like about those spots?
His twitch and his explosion, you can feel it. Like he rushes violently, and it affects the pocket quickly, and that's a big deal if you're a quarterback and you feel early in your drop, that the pocket is getting shaken, especially from an edge or quickly up through the B gap on an up and under stunt. It throws the timing and rhythm off of routes, and so no, he needs to continue to to be impactful in ways and continue to grow within this defense.
Brad, you look at this Ohio offense as a whole, two-headed monster in the backfield led by Tyus, but then you also have a quarterback who can run if he wants to, Coleman on the outside who can, has had his way these first few games, and then when you combine that with just the pedigree of a MAC team, how challenging is that for you guys?
Extremely. Like, just the utmost respect for the Ohio program and what they've done on a consistent basis year in and year out, and always competing for MAC titles. But specifically offensively, they're so fundamentally sound. I think their offensive line, like, they're just nasty and gritty, and they move bodies up front, and so our guys recognize the challenge there. And then you mentioned the running back, who I think is really, really gifted and talented, and his contact balance for being a big back that can run you over. A lot of guys, you're like, all right, I'm gonna have to chop him down at the legs. Like, he can absorb those blows into his legs, keep his balance, and keep running, which makes it hard for second and third level defenders that may not be able to get frontal tackles to get them to the ground. So really talented there. Six has obviously been sort of a go-to guy for them. Understands leverage, understands how to get open. He's got such a great chemistry right now with the quarterback, and you mentioned the dual threat nature of him, and really both of them. When Paulus came in there at the end of the Morgan State game, like, they've got two quarterbacks that can be very productive. Between them being able to pound the football in the run game, and then be able to work the one-on-one, so you start to say, hey, listen, we're going to have to get heavy in the box, and now you get one-on-one opportunities on the outside edges. We're going to have to play really, really well.
Does Tyus remind you of any running back you've had to game plan against before? His running style, like, is sort of Adrian Peterson, like, where it's sort of the high cut nature, but they're just so hard to tackle, and he's got this unbelievable ability to one cut that most long-legged guys don't. Like, long-legged guys usually take some time to sort of break down and cut, and he can put his foot in the ground and get vertical right now. And when I was with the Colts, we played Minnesota when AP was there, and obviously AP is sort of in a realm of his own, but the running style itself, is very reminiscent.
That's what you guys did.
The move is still the same, just played number one team, so it was amazing, just foot on the gas, you can't let up. So that's the move you're in right now.
Your guys got, I think, 4 or 5 fumble recoveries in your career, but the luck has been so bad for you guys there. What's the message just on those balls bouncing around?
Playing fluent, just make sure our eyes is on the ball at all time, We let up. Since we've been playing, we let up at least 8 fumbles. And we never recovered none of them, so we doing better this year. We doing better this week in practice, just throwing the ball around, picking it up, scooping scores, stuff like that.
Is it frustrating, though? I mean, some of them just don't bounce your way.
Man, doing it? It do. Yeah, it do get frustrated, but we just got to keep playing like we've been doing.
As one of the vets of this team, you know what a MAC team can bring to the field.
For sure.
Well, how do you pass that message along to the players, and maybe not so much the coaches just telling you how dialed in you got to be with these guys?
Our mindset already, we lost 2 back-to-back, so at this point, we don't care who we play. We can play K-State. We still going to have the mindset as me as a captain, so I'm still on them guys. And I know MAC schools play hard, they physical, so I already told the guys, like, when we play Ball State that one year, it was a tough game, so I told them, like, just go back 2 games, and when we play, like, Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Michigan. We play Eastern Michigan that year. It's just tough games. So tell the guys just lock in, play every opponent like it's Georgia, like last week.
And you mentioned how tough they are too. The 2 running backs that they got, obviously led by Tyus. What challenge does that pose for you guys up front?
Man, like we did last week, stop the run game. You know, we stopped Georgia for 34 yards in the first half. We just got to do the same thing. Just pound, just tackle, wrap up. And they got some good bats for sure, but I think we can control them, stop the run game.
You said you got to play every team like Georgia. Have you seen guys progress to where you bring that same effort every week? Have you seen what you want?
Everybody progressing every week. I think even the Sackham Souls, my young 35, you know, he's getting better every other week, helping me. Noah Maxwell, he's getting better, number 55. So everybody just getting better throughout the week.
Thanks, JJ.
JJ, do you think it's important to take that next step forward this week and to build on, you know, not just kind of rest on that great performance against Georgia, but actually take it to
Most definitely. We got to build because we got Ole Miss after that. You feel me? So we can't take no slacks against Ohio because we got Ole Miss right after that. So we got to keep the guys on the foot.
What did you see on that last one against Georgia? This guy that one that got a first down.
I had turned my head and then I didn't even notice it. It was fumble until I just looked down and I was like, damn, well, damn.
Coach White just talked about the running back for Ohio and compared him a little bit to Adrian Peterson as far as his running style. What do you know about him and how much are you looking forward to playing a dynamic running back like that?
I always look forward to playing good running backs. He's a good back, so we just got to come in, bring our pads, and tackle him.
Anything you feel like you learned about your team in the Georgia game against a really tough opponent that you didn't feel like you knew in weeks 1 and 2?
I always knew it was a fighting team. We just had mistakes in that other game, and we had mistakes in this game, but I always knew it was a fighting team. We just came out there and fought, and everybody did their job.
Going against a team like from the MAC, you guys have had some battles against the MAC teams in the past. How do you tell some of the younger guys not to underestimate these guys just because they're in a different conference?
I try to tell them how I go about it. I just treat every team the same, and because every team you can lose any day. Because it's a game of football, you lose any day. So you just go and treat every team the same and come out there and just play ball.